And the Eagles' first home game of the season opens with Serra winning the tip-off in this matchup against Propel. Elijah Wood moves the ball to Mark Thomas. Moves it to DeMoss. Looking for Cooley underneath. Back out to Ward. Cross-court pass by Wood gets cut off. Here comes Propel. Fast break attempt is no good. DeMoss bring the ball in now. The short jumper doesn't fall. Propel with the rebound. Another fast break attempt. Nicely broken up by Ward, but he's out of bounds on the baseline. Propel to take the ball out of bounds. They swing it around the top of the key. Number 2 for Propel with a three-point shot. Doesn't fall. They get an offensive board. Broken up nicely by Cooley. Here comes Mark Thomas. He drives the key, but an offensive foul goes against him. Propel takes the charge and gets possession. Looks like the Eagles are in a bit of a press in man coverage. Propel swings the ball around. Cooley in defense. Thomas comes in to help. 3-second violation on number 32 for Propel. Eagles get the ball. In this scoreless game, 90 seconds in. Propel in a press of their own. Ward gets through a couple defenders. Pass goes out to DeMoss. Ward with a deep three that drops. He was a good 5 feet behind the arc, but it drops for the first score. Eagles are up 3-0. Deep three attempt by Propel of their own. Theirs does not drop. Tough call because it looks like two players both had their hands on the ball as it went out of bounds. But the ball goes to the Eagles. Trying to break the press. Cooley now in triple coverage. Tough play by DeMoss. Serra gets possession. There's Brooks open underneath. He decides to pass it to Cooley, who puts up a layup attempt. And a zone putback. Neither fall. Brooks comes back, and he makes it drop. The Eagles are up 5-0. DeMoss in coverage defensively at the top of the key. Number 15 for Propel drives the lane, but there's a foul called on the floor. Foul goes against number 23. That's Brendan Cooley. Two shots coming up for Propel. The first one goes off the back of the rim. Second shot misses as well. Brendan Cooley with the rebound. DeMoss with control, and now he puts up a three-point shot, and it drops. It's good for 3. And after Joey DeMoss's three-point shot, that drop giving the Eagles a nice lead to start this game. There's a walk violation against Propel. And it looks like Propel is coming off of their full court press. DeMoss is going to put up another 3, and he just sank another one. He's 2 for 2 from behind the stripe. Propel trying to work the ball inside. Ryan Brooks in defense. It looks like he was straight up, but someone committed a foul. Official says it was against Brooks, and Propel's going to get 2 shots out of this. Propel's now 0 for 3 from the free throw line, trying to score their first point of the game. And that one didn't drop either. Nice rebound by Brooks. Outlet to Mark Thomas. And he's going to pull the ball back for a second. Go to DeMoss for another three. Now this one does not connect. Results in a fast break for Propel. And looked like it was going to be a jump ball for a second. But no, the Eagles get control. DeMoss drives the lane and is fouled on the floor. That's the first team foul against Propel. Outlet to Cooley. He moves it to Ward. Back to DeMoss for another three-point attempt. Well, that one missed from the corner. Number 2 puts up a three-pointer for Propel. He misses. Outlet to Mark Thomas. Coach sees something in the middle, but got coughed up. Brooks comes up with a turnover, but he steps on the sideline. Tough ball to control there. We had an Eagle wide open under the hoop if he was able to get it. Wasn't able to come through. Looks like Coach is going to give some of the players a bit of a breather here halfway through the first quarter. Here comes Propel. Still hasn't scored. Serra's in a man defense, getting some help underneath. Propel pulls up a three. That is good by number 15. He converts. And Propel puts their press back on. They tip the ball away, but it's out on them. Eagles ball. Delay of game called against Propel. Looks like Propel did not give the 3 feet necessary on an inbounds pass. DeMoss goes deep. Ball is picked off by Propel. And they convert. They make a layup. A little bit of a risky throw there. Did not go the Eagles' way, but here they come down the court. Elijah Ward does a nice job of moving it around, passes it to Shank, who puts up the three-point attempt. It doesn't drop. Propel gets the rebound. Another three-point attempt for Propel. Rebound by Brooks. Ball's coughed up a bit. Got it back for a second. Now back to Propel. Foul, and it's a shooting foul. So Propel is going to get the field goal and have one foul shot. Mark Thomas now re-enters the game. He's going to give DeMoss a break. It's now 11-7 in favor of the Eagles. And with the missed foul shot, it stays 11-7. Shank with the rebound, passes to Ward. Ward brings the ball up the court. Coach Corso calls out the play. A deep attempt by Tiger Woods. Does not drop. But he is able to get a nice turnover here. Let's see if he can convert. He does. So after his deep three-point attempt did not fall. Oh, that looked like a clean block from my perspective, but the official's one is the one that counts. He calls a foul on Elijah Woods with 2 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Propel misses another free throw attempt. And it looks like DeMoss is entering the game for Ward, who just picked up his second foul. Propel makes their first free throw attempt, and they call a 30-second timeout. And it's 13-8 in favor of the Eagles with about 2 minutes to go in the first quarter here. Shank with the inbounds pass. Looks like Propel has a full court press on. DeMoss passes it across the court to Mark Thomas. Mark goes to Michael Shank. Brings the ball up the court, heads into a lot of coverage. DeMoss makes a cross-court pass. Jaden Mertz is unable to convert. Michael Shank picks up the charge. Some disagreement with the Propel side on that call, but an inbounds pass does not go the way of the Eagles. Looks like Shank was trying to pick up another offensive foul. That one did not go his way. And Propel picked up a field goal on that exchange. Here comes Serra. Inbounds pass from the sideline. Tossed in by Jaden Mertz to Mark Thomas. Mark goes to Shank, back to Thomas, into Brooks. Puts up an attempt, and it looks like he was fouled on the shooting attempt. He's going to get 2 shots from the stripe. And with 1:17 left in the first quarter, looks like Brennan Cooley and Elijah Wood are going to enter the game for the Eagles. Let's see who they come in for after this first shot. Ryan Brooks' first attempt goes in. The Eagles are up 14-10. Wood and Cooley enter the game for Jaden Mertz and Michael Shank. Ryan Brooks' second attempt misses. It misses completely, so Propel's going to get the ball out of bounds. Looks like the Eagles are in their own full court press. Mark Thomas got a piece of that, but Propel maintained control. Propel's going to get a shot out of this. And there's a foul against Brooks. The shot counts. That's Brooks' second foul of the game. Propel's going to have a chance to earn 3 points on this possession, pending the foul shot. Foul shot misses, but Propel gets the offensive board, followed by a three-point attempt that does not fall. Brooks had the rebound for a second. The ball got coughed up a little bit. Ends up in possession of the Eagles. Jade Mertz will be coming in now for DeMoss. Looks like he might have a slight injury. He's going to see trainer DeSalvo for some attention. As the Eagles move the ball around, Elijah Wood to Jaden Mertz, back to Ward. Ward drives it a little bit, pulls it back out. Over to Mark Thomas. Gives it to Brooks at the top of the key, passes to Ward, back to Thomas. Had an open look, decides to take the ball in, is unable to convert the drive, and now a fast break attempt for Propel. Isn't successful, but they pick up a foul against Jaden Mertz. They're going to get 2 shots. And with just 22 seconds left in the quarter, the Eagles have already picked up their 7th team foul. Another foul shot by Propel, misses. Number 3 enters the game for Propel for number 15. And DeMoss is all fixed up. He's ready to re-enter for Jaden Mertz. And the second attempt by Propel is successful. The Eagles have a 1-point advantage right now early in the game. Brendan Cooley passes to Ryan Brooks, who drives in. Ryan Brooks is unable to convert the layup. 10 seconds left. Propel puts up a successful three-point attempt with just 3 seconds left. 2-1, and Mark Thomas misses, but it looks like a foul was called. And the referee is signaling 3 foul shots coming up for Mark Thomas. He was blocked during a three-point attempt. So no players lined up. 3 shots for Mark Thomas. First one goes in and out. If he makes the next 2, the Eagles will head into the second quarter tied up. Second one is nothing but net for Mark Thomas. And the last point attempt of the first quarter. Just misses. So the Eagles are down by 1 heading into the second quarter. Propel heads into the second quarter with the advantage of being in the 1-on-1 already with 7 team fouls against the Eagles and 5 against Propel at this point. Looks like the starting 5 are back in for the Eagles at the beginning of this second quarter. That'll be Brendan Cooley, Elijah Ward, Mark Thomas, Joe DeMoss, and Ryan Brooks. Pretty evenly played first quarter between the two teams. Eagles come out in man defense. Three-point attempt to open the second quarter. Falls short. Nice rebound by Ward, who drives the court. And he tried to dish it off at the last second, but it was intercepted by Propel. They come back down the court themselves. They pass it out to the top of the key. Call for a play. Looks like the Eagles have switched up some of their man coverage in this early transition. And number 5 for Propel scores in the middle of the key. Nice jumper attempt. So the Eagles are trying to break the press, throw a bit of a lollipop pass, leaving Ward wide open for a 3, which he sinks and ties the game with. It's now 18-18, but here comes Propel again. DeMoss in defense. Nice pick by the Eagles. They're coming down the court with another attempt goes short. Sorry. A lot of action going on in a short amount of time. Propel gets the ball back. They put up a shot. Number 3 for Propel scores the field goal. It was a long shot, but it was a 2-point attempt. Ward right back down the court. He puts one up. It falls short, but he gets fouled, and he'll have 2 shots coming up. With Ward's first free throw being successful, it's now the Eagles 19, Propel 20. And Ward scores again. The referee calls a foul right after the bucket. against number 5 with a push. So the Eagles are going to get the ball back. That's the 7th team foul against Propel. And so it looks like the Eagles are going to get a one-on-one attempt here. Scores tape is relating to the officials that is the 7th team foul, and so there is a one-on-one attempt coming up, and who's going to be at the stripe again? It's Ward. Let's see if he can convert again. He does. Nothing but now giving the Eagles the lead. This could be a 4-point possession for the Eagles right now. And it is. He sinks the both. Coach Corso calls for the team to get back. Mark Thomas, realizing a screen was in the works, calls for a defensive changeup, but gave the Propel a little bit of a window for a 3-point attempt, and then their press results in another turnover. They get the ball back. Looked pretty clean by Cooley, but his defensive move was called as a foul. So number 32 for Propel will get 2 shots. First attempt misses. So 3 Eagles now with 2 fouls each. Another missed free throw attempt by Propel. Mark Thomas bringing the ball down the court for the Eagles. He passes to DeMoss. Back to Mark Thomas. He drives the baseline. Puts up a shot. Looks like he is fouled. Foul goes against 15 for Propel, and Mark Thomas will have 2 free throws. Thomas's first shot goes off the front of the rim, bounces in nicely though. Counts just the same. 23 all. Chance to give the Eagles the lead with 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the second quarter. Second attempt is missed. Coach is calling for the Eagles to get back on defense. Another foul called. Which way is this one going? The official says it's against 50. That would be Ryan Brooks' 3rd foul. Looks like Coach Corso is going to put Michael Shank in for Ryan Brooks. Another missed free throw attempt by Propel. Michael Shank is in the game now for Ryan Brooks. He's going to sit out a few minutes with his 3 fouls picked up with just 5 minutes and 24 seconds to go in the second quarter. Propel's second attempt is good, giving them the 1-point advantage. All right, no press right now by Propel. Eagles will come down the court. Moving the ball around nicely against, looks like a bit of a zone man defense by Propel. Gives Elijah Ward a bit of an open look. He misses his shot, but Michael Shank picks up the rebound, puts it in very well for the Eagles, giving them the lead. I think we're going to have a lot of this score change going back and forth. And indeed it has again. Now Propel has the lead, 26-25. Eagles have the ball. Jaden Mertz ready to enter the game. I'm not sure for who. Cooley battling for some position underneath. He gets it, but his shot goes off the top of the glass. Shank gets the rebound, puts it back up. He misses. DeMoss with a rebound. A miss, but then he puts it back in himself. He gets the field goal, and the Eagles reclaim the lead. It's 27-26. Just under 4 minutes to go, the second quarter. 3-point attempt by Propel. It misses. Couple Eagles there for the rebound. Nobody came up with it. And there is traveling called in the key by Propel. Jaden Mertz now enters the game for Joe DeMoss. He was the last Eagle to score. Looks like the Eagles are trying to calm things down a little bit against this new look by the Propel defense. Looks like Propel's challenging the Eagles to make a deep shot right now, but they're working the ball inside nicely. Results in Jaden Mertz getting an open look at a three-point attempt, but it doesn't fall. Propel has a fast break. They pull up. Now they drive. A couple of Eagles are ready to take a charge, but they kicked it out. Hit a wide-open guard who drains the field goal attempt. Now Propel has the lead. Mark Thomas runs into number 15 of Propel. I believe that's his third personal foul with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Mark Thomas with a one-on-one attempt. Doesn't fall, but Michael Shank with another offensive rebound. Ward to Mertz. Mertz to Thomas. Looks like coach is calling for Cooley to flash high, and it results in Michael Shank being wide open. In the corner, he drives the lane. It doesn't drop, and just as his shot attempt went up, the Eagles were called for a 3-second violation. Now Joe DeMoss entering the game for Brendan Cooley. Propel coming down the court now. They see an opening, but Jaden Mertz does a nice job of cutting it off. The ball went out on him, so Propel will retain possession. Eagles maintain mostly a man defense here. Number 3 of the three-point attempt falls short. Nobody is able to come up with the ball cleanly on the rebound. Propel brings it back out to the top of the key. Mark Thomas in defense against number 2 of Propel. I believe he was their leading scorer in the JV competition. Number 14 puts up a three-point attempt, goes off the backboard. The rebound by Propel. They get another offensive opportunity. And there's an open look at the top of the key. It drops, but again, Propel comes up with the board. Propel's coach is calling out a new play. And it's a successful attempt for Propel. They picked up the field goal and the foul. That's the 10th team foul against the Eagles. Propel with one foul shot coming up. Propel converts that three-point attempt. Timeout is called, I believe, by Propel. Okay, with 1:34 left in the half, Propel comes back out with their full court press. Jaden Mertz looks like he has a bit of an attempt to make, and he does. He's able to convert it. Bring the Eagles within 2. Mark Thomas in defense at the top of the key against number 3. Jaden Mertz now against number 2 for Propel. He has a drive. Goes off the back of the rim. Elijah Ward's looking up the court, dribbles behind his back. Sees a trailer, but decides to try to make a go for it on his own, and it's successful. The Eagles tie it up with exactly 1 minute to go in the half. DeMoss in defense. Looks like he did, yes. It was a charge. His feet were planted. The Propel player, he charged him, and so the Eagles get the ball. 54 seconds to go. They're still facing a full court press. They've had a number of turnovers. It's also resulted in some wide open shots for the Eagles. And there it is again. The Eagles make them pay. Propel has certainly been able to achieve a number of turnovers with their press, but the Eagles have also been successful in some openings that they've had as a result. Nice block by, no, I'm sorry. I thought it was a nice block. Shot by number 32. Foul is against number 1, Elijah Ward. That's his third personal foul. Looks like Nick Almeter will be entering the game after this first free throw. He is. He's coming in for Ward. .32 for Propel with his next free throw attempt. This one is successful. Propel has a 2-point lead. DeMoss bringing the ball up the court. Propel's called off their press for now. Mark Thomas with control at the top. He rotates it over to Mertz. DeMoss is open in the corner. Almeter is trying for a position underneath. Ball is hit out by Propel. Eagles ball. Corso makes it clear what play he wants with 14 seconds to go. Tie game. 8 seconds to go. 6 seconds to go. 4. Mark Thomas puts up the 3. And it is successful right at the end of the half. Thomas's 3-point attempt goes. It's a success. The Eagles enjoy now a 3-point lead. Heading into halftime, very competitive, very evenly matched game, it appears, throughout the first half of competition. Great game by the Eagles and the Lions of Propel right now. The second half about to resume in this closely contested game between the Lions of Propel Braddock and the Eagles of Serra Catholic. Looks like Elijah Ward led the Eagle attack with 14 points in the first half. It appears the starting five are back out on the court to open the second half. It's Mark Thomas, Elijah Ward, Joe DeMoss, Ryan Brooks, and Brendan Cooley. A little bit of foul trouble for both Ward and Brooks. I think they both have 3 fouls at this point. That could be an issue as this game proceeds. Brooks sets the pick for Thomas. He drives the lane, runs into a lot of defense, makes a nice pass to Cooley. Cooley made the shot, but it looks like a charging foul was charged against Mark Thomas. That's Mark Thomas's second foul. Number 32 for Propel is able to convert an opportunity in the key. Mark Thomas makes a nice pass. Brooks makes a nice pass to Thomas. Brendan Cooley with the rebound. Puts it back in, just in and out of the rim. And Brooks with another foul inside the key. I believe that's his fourth foul. And so Jaden Mertz is going to come in for Brooks right now. Eagles still have a 1-point lead. Propel bringing the ball down the court. Eagles in man defense. Brendan Cooley with tight defense against number 32 from Propel. Looks like he was going to set a pick for a second, but he backed off, resulting in a 3-point attempt. That's missed by Propel, but they get an offensive board, put it back in. They score and take the lead. Elijah Ward makes a nice drive to the hoop, makes a few Propel players take a step back, and then he pulls up the short jumper and nails it. Mark Thomas playing D up and down the court on Propel's number 15. Propel's trying to set something off offensively now. 32 makes another move inside the key. This time his shot does not drop. Nice pass to Ward. It was going to look like he was going to put up the three for a second. Thomas had an open look at the hoop. Looked like he had Cooley open for a moment underneath as well. Decided to pull it back out, send it to Ward. And now DeMoss is setting up the next offensive play for the Eagles. Back to Ward, top of the key. Back to Thomas. Thomas drives, makes a nice move, and it goes. Eagles score. It's now 40-37. The refs blew the whistle. Not sure why just yet. Still don't know why, but we're back into gameplay. Thomas is still playing tight D on number 15 for Propel. Cooley fighting for position against number 32, who looks like it took a dribble, but he dribbled again. It was not called a double dribble. Propel setting up their next offensive play. 32 getting for position against Cooley underneath. This time Cooley's called for the foul. Looks like 32 will be going to the line. And that is the third foul against Brendan Cooley. Eagles seem to be getting in a bit of foul trouble here, especially with their forwards underneath. Propel seems to be doing better so far in the second half from the free throw line. Referees are calling coaches over. Looks like the referee is issuing a warning of some sort to both teams. So here comes the foul shot attempt by number 32. Trying to bring them within one, and he is successful. Propel subs a player at number 20. He seems to be limping a little bit. Came out of the locker room with a little bit of a cramp of some sort, it appeared. But he's in the game now. Elijah Ward has a deep attempt that gets nothing but the net. The Eagles are up 43-39. Mark Thomas loses track of his offensive assignment, or his defensive assignment for the moment. He's all over it. DeMoss is able to pick it up. Oh, he would have had an open drive. Just stepped on the line. Ball's going to go over to Propel. Nice attempt by the Eagles. Oh, nice block by Mertz. He got nothing but ball. And you know what? That ball, he actually hit off of the Propel player, and so the Eagles are going to get possession. Jaden Mertz back to Ward to bring the ball up the court. Cross-court pass goes to Mertz, over to Ward, to DeMoss. Tried to get it to Shank, but it was knocked away by Propel. Eagles will have the inbounds pass coming from the sideline here by Michael Shank. He passes the Ward over to DeMoss, back to Ward. Back to DeMoss. Ball gets kicked for a second, but kickball was not called. Mertz tries to take the charge. It looked like he was planted, but the referee, he says that the basket counts. And Propel has a foul shot coming up as a result. DeMoss coming out of the game in favor of Nick Allmeter. He re-enters. And Propel converts the foul shot, giving them 3 points in that possession. Ward over to Shank, back to Ward. Ball gets coughed up. Propel at the fast break, and they score and take the lead with that bucket. They have a 1 point advantage now. Mark Thomas brings the ball for the court for the Eagles. Allmeter sets the pick. Ward backs it out. Over to Shank. Goes to Thomas. Eagles calling for a new play now. Thomas to Ward. Ward back down to Thomas, working the ball underneath to Allmeter. Allmeter makes a beautiful pass to Ward, cutting through the lane. Wonderful assist by Allmeter as Ward makes the conversion. And then Mertz with a solid block, nothing but ball, but the Propel Lions get the ball back, and they make a three on that play. Looked like everything was going in the momentum of the Eagles for the moment. Timeout is called. 30-second timeout called by the Eagles. Down by 2 with 3 minutes and 14 seconds left in the third quarter. Okay, here come the Eagles. Down by 2. Just over 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Mark Thomas brings the ball down the court and sets up the offense. Calls for a play. Starts out going to Ward on the wing. Shank setting up underneath with a couple of defenders around him. Ward evaluating his options. He goes out to Mertz. Back to Thomas on the left wing. Thomas looked like he was thinking about driving for a second. Pass goes inside to Allmeter. Allmeter kicks it out to Thomas. Thomas hits a three, and another nice assist picked up by Allmeter. He's seeing the open receivers. Number 2 for Propel puts up a three-point attempt in and out. And the ball was not picked up cleanly by either team. Looks like it went out on Propel, and so the Eagles will have the ball with a 1-point lead. And Michael Shank coming out of the game. I believe DeMoss came in for him. Allmeter passes to DeMoss. DeMoss is driving. Puts up a little bit of an off-balance layup attempt. Just went in and out of the hoop. Oh, and yet again, Propel makes a shot underneath and picks up a foul. And now number 23, Cooley, coming in for number 2, Mertz. Coach Corso giving some final directions to Cooley before he fully enters the game. And Propel makes their free throw attempt. That was probably the most noticeable difference so far in this game is Propel's free throw percentage in the second half versus the first. DeMoss puts up a three-point attempt. And they're able to retain possession. Great hustle by DeMoss. You know, he drained his first 2 three-point attempts of the game. I don't think he's had one since, but made a great play getting his own rebound, not cleanly, but it resulted in the Eagles retaining possession. Ward putting up another deep attempt. This one does not fall. And Propel coming down on the fast break. Ward gets a partial block. Cooley looks to Thomas. Thomas driving the ball down the court. He puts up an attempt. Some of the Eagles thinking there was a foul there, but nothing was called by the officials. Now 15 driving the lane. He misses. 32 gets the board, even though there were a lot of Eagles there for the rebound attempt. Nobody came up with it. Propel got that board under the hoop, put it back up, got the score. Allmeter is going to set up a pick, but Thomas calls for a different play. Ball goes to Thomas in the corner. Now down to Cooley underneath. Out to DeMoss, back to Cooley. Back to Thomas, back to Cooley. And then Cooley isn't able to get the rebound, but he is able to tie up the ball, causing a jump ball. Possession arrow goes in favor of Propel. So with 59 seconds left, Propel has a 4-point lead. It's been a very close back-and-forth game pretty much from the start. Here comes Propel with a deep 3 attempt. It misses badly, and Coach calls for Mark Thomas to bring the ball down the court. And let's see if it's a shooting foul. Okay, it's not a shooting foul. Just a foul on the floor. And that's only the first foul to go against Propel in this half. Allmeter found open underneath. Oh, my goodness. Allmeter. I think he's joking. He didn't mean to shoot that. He was just putting up another beautiful assist attempt because the Moss grabbed it right out of the air, put it in while he was getting fouled, and so he's going to have a 3-point conversion attempt coming up on his own. It's hard to tell what those players are saying underneath their masks, but good team effort by the Eagles. DeMoss, his foul shot drops, and the Eagles are down by 1. Number 20 driving the lane. Ball goes off the Eagles' foot, and so it's out to Propel. Okay, Propel was moving the ball around the top of the key, but number 20 picked up a traveling violation. Looks like Coach just wants the Eagles to get one shot left here. as they have the ball with 23 seconds left in the third quarter, down by 1. Coach puts his play in. DeMoss goes across the court to Ward. He brings out the top of the key, goes back to DeMoss. DeMoss now running around the baseline, and Ward examines his options, goes out to Thomas, who has to put up a deep three. But you know what? He got fouled. He got fouled just like the end of, I believe, the first quarter. Thomas gets fouled with a three-point attempt again. So this might break some kind of record. Thomas. He got fouled at the end of the first quarter shooting a three. He made a three at the end of the second quarter, which was successful. And now he has 2 more foul shots to end the third quarter on his three-point attempt. He's made the first 2, giving the Eagles the lead now. If he makes this one, it will be a 2-point lead for the Eagles. And he does. It's 54-52 Eagles. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that with the same player putting up 3 3-point attempts at the end of each of the first 3 quarters. And whether they went in or not, he had a chance of making 3 points. I believe he made 2 out of his 3 free throw attempts at the end of the first quarter. Very exciting game between these Eagles of Serra Catholic and the Lions of Propel Braddock. Total team fouls now, 3 against Braddock, 5 against the Eagles, so nobody's in the bonus. Eagles are opening up the fourth quarter with possession. Out there on the floor are DeMoss, Thomas, Ward, Cooley, and Almeter. Propel's playing back in a bit of his own defense here. They come out and challenge the top of the key into Almeter. Passes it quickly to Ward. He tosses it to DeMoss, giving Thomas an open look at the 3. Cooley puts the ball up. He's not able to drop it, but he picks up the foul. He's going to get 2 shots from the free throw line. Brandon Cooley makes his first free throw, putting the Eagles up by 3. Thomas goes in for Almeter as coach gives Almeter some instruction, but Thomas grabs that rebound, puts it back up, getting another field goal for the Eagles. So I don't know what coach wanted to tell Almeter, but it ended up working out for the Eagles. Of course, Almeter may have grabbed that rebound and put back himself, but things seem to be going the Eagles' way at the moment. In fact, we almost got another turnover there in favor of the Eagles. Looks like it went off of Almeter's foot. Pass by Propel went down the baseline. Eagles up by 5. Thomas in defense. Top of the key, Ward is watching number 3. DeMoss in coverage underneath against number 32 for the Lions. And now he's double teamed a bit. Looked like it could have been a jump ball there for a second. And it appears the ball went off either DeMoss or Cooley. I couldn't tell. Either way, it's Propel's ball out of bounds. And they go right in to number 32. He puts up a sky-high shot underneath. It doesn't connect. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Serra's possession for an inbounds pass on the baseline. Propel remains in their zone. No press right now. 7 minutes to go. Pass goes out to DeMoss on the wing. He kicks it out to Ward at the top of the key. Back to DeMoss. Brendan Cooley underneath. He puts the ball up and he connects. Nice little shot off the glass. It goes in for the Eagles. They're up 59-52. And almost a turnover caused by the Eagles, but ball goes out of bounds. Propel retains possession, sideline inbounds. Number 3 at the top of the key being closely defended by Ward. And the Eagles bench showing a lot of enthusiasm for their teammates. And looks like Propel was 32, was called for an over-the-back violation. Yes, it was 32. Looks like the official's giving a bit of a warning. All right, folks, I'm just getting word that our video feed went out for a second. I'm not sure what happened there, but I believe we're back on. Uh-oh. Not good for the Eagles. They coughed it up a little bit at mid-court there, resulting in Propel having a fast break. Their layup attempt didn't go in, but the Eagles pick up yet another foul. Two shots coming up for number 14 of Propel. This first one does not fall. Jaden Mertz enters the game for Ward. Ryan Brooks comes in for DeMoss. Okay, Thomas bringing the ball down the court for the Eagles. They're still up by 7. Looked like it could have been a foul against Propel, but not. Just the ball out on them. Eagles retain possession. Ward was going to drive for a second. With 5 minutes, 55 seconds, Ward is going to put it in. He divided a few opponents and dropped in a layup, giving the Eagles a 9-point lead. And if that's on number 50, I think he's out. It's on number 50, Ryan Brooks. He's out of the game, and so number 23, Brendan Cooley, will come in. This could be very important as some of the forwards for the Eagles have been in foul trouble a lot of the night. So Cooley enters the game with 3 fouls. Full court press. Eagles break it. Nice pass from Ward down to Allmeter. Allmeter's shot just went in and out, but the Eagles are going to play a little possession here. I didn't see that violation, but Brendan Cooley just picked up his 4th foul. Looks like DeMoss is going to be coming in the game as number 3 for Propel puts up a deep 3. Propel gets the rebound. Screen caught out to help Ward, but he retains good defensive coverage on number 3. Mark Thomas on number 15. Number 2 for Propel puts up a deep 3. Good board by Allmeter. Here comes Thomas driving the ball down the court, but he's going to pull it back up, it looks like. Retain possession as Coach Corso tells the team where he wants them to be lined up. Screen by Cooley. And, that worked out very, very well. Caused a little bit of confusion. Gave an open lane for Thomas to drive, putting the Eagles up by 10. With 4 minutes and 32 seconds left, the Eagles are up by 10. Full timeout called by the Eagles. Okay, at the end of this timeout, Propel's going to have the ball on their side of the court. Here they come. The Eagles will be on defense here with DeMoss, Allmeter, Mertz, Thomas, and Ward. They're all on the court. Mertz played some tight D there, and the resulted in number 5 putting off a little bit of an unbalanced shot. It almost dropped, but the Eagles got the ball back. Ward sets a pick at the top of the key, very high top of the key. Thomas down to Allmeter in the corner. Ward has a very open look at a 3, and he makes it. I think Mr. Corso wanted to work for a safer shot there, but when Ward saw the wide open opportunity, he took it. It sank, and the Eagles are up 66-53. Okay, but there's a foul against DeMoss now. That's the 8th team foul against the Eagles. Number 9 against the Eagles. That's DeMoss's 3rd foul. So Propel is in the 101. Number 15 makes his first shot. And he drains a second as well. Mertz to take it out for the Eagles. Ward looking to bring the ball up himself. Propel still not in that full court press that we saw earlier in the game. The Eagles definitely look like they're working for a good, clean shot here. And Ward, he pushed it a little bit there into some defensive coverage in the key. And Propel makes them pay. They come right down the court. They make a field goal, bringing it within 10 with 3 minutes and 28 seconds to go. An exciting game we have on hand. Looks like a technical foul has been called on an Eagle from the bench. A member on the Eagles bench has been called for a technical foul, giving Propel 2 free shots here. The first one is missed. The Eagles still have a 9-point lead. Number 3 for Propel putting up his second technical free throw shot here. That one is successful. The Eagles have an 8-point lead. Propel has the ball. All right, the inbounds pass goes to number 3. Elijah Ward in tight coverage. Jaden Mertz guarding number 5 on the wing. Mark Thomas in the corner. Mertz back on the wing. In tight defense, a 3-point shot for Propel is successful. That cuts the Eagles' lead down to 5. Full court press by Propel. Ward brings it down the court. He passes to Mertz. Mertz kicks it out to Thomas. Mark Thomas drives the court, drives the lane. He makes the shot, and he is fouled. So he's got yet another 3-point attempt in the works here. One would think this is the end of a quarter, the way Mark Thomas has performed at the end of each of the 3 quarters. It's been unbelievable. Thomas's shot catches nothing but net, giving the Eagles an 8-point lead with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. Mertz goes for a pickoff attempt. Propel retains control. They kick it out to number 14, who puts up a 3. And I think it banked in. He made it, though. It's 64-69 Eagles. 2.5 minutes to go. Propel in a full court press. Could have had a turnover there, but Thomas just drove the lane again, just getting through the Lions press break. We're making the press break for the Eagles. This time his shot did not drop, but he's got 2 shots coming up. Hopefully for the Eagles, he can make both. Get their lead back to 7. First one in and out. Cooley re-enters the game for Almeter. I believe Cooley has 4 fouls. Ryan Brooks has already fouled out. Thomas missed his second free throw attempt, so the score remains Serra 69, Propel 64. 2 minutes and 22 seconds remain. Propel bring the ball down the court. Number 2 passes to number 3. Once again, tightly guarded by Ward. 23 out in coverage on number 15 at the wing. He drives the key a little bit, causes a turnover. Cooley gets it, passes to DeMoss. DeMoss to Ward. Ward to Thomas. Looks like they're going to play some ball control with their 5-point lead and less than 2 minutes to go. Cooley sets the pick. Thomas takes advantage, drives the lane, and makes the layup, putting the Eagles up by 7 with 1:45 to go. Number 2 for Propel puts up a 3, and he is fouled. So he's going to have 3 foul shots coming up. Once again, an Eagle is in foul trouble. It looks like Joe DeMoss just picked up his 4th. We have Brendan Cooley out there with 4 fouls. 3 shots coming up for number 2 of Propel. He misses his first attempt. Number 2's second attempt does not drop. And his third and final attempt is successful. Eagles get the ball out of bounds. Oh, there's a violation, though. One Eagle passed it to another. They were both on the baseline, so that's going to give the ball right into Propel's hands. All right, so either way, it's Propel's ball. Eagles in tight D. Goes to number 5 on the right wing for Propel, and there's a line with an open 3 attempt, and it's successful. They just made it 68-71 with 1.5 minutes to go. Thomas to Ward, bringing up the court slowly. Looks like they're at about a 5 count right now. And there's a turnover by the Eagles. Coach Corso is trying to get a timeout. And Thomas makes a nice block, gets the ball, gives it to Ward. And it looks like the Eagles would have had a successful field goal there by Ward, but Coach Corso is very quick to want that timeout, get things under control here for his Eagles. Would have been a tough pass and shot to make, and it looks like he would have come through. But nonetheless, looks like Coach Corso just wants to keep things under control and preserve this lead with 1:11 to go. So if the team foul count is accurate, any foul against the Eagles of a non-offensive nature is going to give the Lions 2 shots. And if the Lions foul the Eagles here, it'll put Serra in the bonus for a one-on-one attempt. Here we go. Eagles ball out of bounds. DeMoss to bring it in. Lions are playing tight D. Outlet pass goes to Jaden Mertz. Mertz is in some tight D. He picks up his dribble. Goes to Cooley in the corner. Back out to Mertz. Mertz to Mark Thomas. Mark is almost in double coverage. He goes back to Mertz in the corner. Mertz puts it out to Ward at the top of the key. 50 seconds left. Ward puts up a beautiful shot in the middle of the key, a bit of a leaping foul attempt there from about 5 feet away. And now Propel is called with a double dribble violation, giving the ball to the Eagles with 34 seconds left. Eagles have a 5-point lead. Looks like Coach Corso is going to make some substitutions here. Allmeter coming in for Cooley. Sounds like Coach Corso might be rotating some players depending on whether the Eagles have the ball or if they're on defense. And as soon as that inbounds pass came in to Ward, he was fouled, so he's going to have a one-on-one attempt. But that results in the first foul out for Propel. Number 3 just committed his fifth foul on number 3, so he's out of the game. Okay, here comes Ward with his first attempt. If he makes it, he would have had a second, but he doesn't. So Propel has the ball. They're going to be quick to get off some kind of shot here, and they do. It's a 3-point attempt, but it misses. Ward gets the rebound. He's fouled immediately by number 15. Looks like Ward will be going up for a one-on-one attempt. Hopefully for the Eagles, he can make this one. Give them a more comfortable lead with 22 and a half seconds remaining. Once again, all the Eagles are back in defense, pending the foul shots by Ward. And this time he makes the first one. He drains it. He puts the Eagles up by 6. Second attempt coming from Ward is not successful. Propel obviously grabbed the rebound, although Ward tried to knock it out of his hands. They put up a 3. They make it and call a timeout. So here we are with 14 and a half seconds remaining. Eagles have the ball with a 3-point lead. The Eagles have 1 full timeout remaining. They might need to use if they get into a jam here. Be interesting to see if Propel comes out with a press and tries to get a quick turnover, or if they foul right away. as this final drama plays out at 200 Hershey Drive. Correction, the Eagles have 2 full timeouts remaining. Propel has 1. Propel is in a full court press, and it's a tight one. Thomas gets it to DeMoss, goes back to Thomas. Thomas is driving the line, and he has a wide open lane. He is fouled. 7.2 seconds remaining. So it would appear right now the Eagles have a very good chance at putting this game away if Mark can make one of his 2 attempts here. I believe one. And Thomas's attempt, his first attempt is good. Cooley re-enters the game for all meter. Thomas's second attempt is also good, and Coach Corso asked for a timeout as soon as it went through. And so just a shade over 7 seconds remain. Eagles have a 5-point lead. It's really been a tightly contested game from the opening buzzer. Good team effort by both organizations. Propel's going to get the ball on the Eagles side of the court. They don't have much time to work with. Here they go. Eagles just trying to avoid fouling. And actually they do foul. They wanted to pick up the foul there, it sounded like. They want to get a foul on the floor and force the Lions to go to the foul line. Now with 2.9 seconds remaining. All right, Propel gets 2 shots here because they're in the double bonus. Number 2 for the Lions does not make his first attempt. The second attempt is good, and Coach Corso calls the last timeout for the Eagles. It's a full timeout. They have the ball, a 4-point lead, and 2.9 seconds to kill.
No timeouts left. We got 1 full.
We want to thank Eli Kite for today's camera operation throughout the varsity game. I apologize if the camera work was not at its best during the JV competition. Someone was trying to do the broadcast and the video at the same time. It didn't work out so well. We'll try to rectify that tomorrow. As we open the season here, we're not having any fans in the game for visiting or the home team. Here we go as the game is wrapping up. The inbounds pass goes to Ward. He's fouled immediately. 1 second came off the clock. So we will have another live broadcast for tomorrow's game. And now the Eagles are in the double bonus. 4-point lead. Elijah Ward at the charity stripe. He makes his first, putting the Eagles up 77-72. And he makes his second at 78-72 with 1 second left. Propel puts up a shot from midcourt. He makes it, but the ref says, nope, it was after the buzzer. Wouldn't have mattered anyway because the Eagles had a 6-point lead. Congratulations to Coach Corso, who picks up his